went for my walk this morning instead of going to the fitness center, and whew, it was dark. Anyway, rabbits were jumping all over the place because I guess when I was walking past them, they were getting scared. The Las Vegas market, let's get right into it today. We have, let's see how many days of inventory, 19. We have 19 days of inventory. And the reason we're not listing enough, we need to list more homes, everybody. We need to list more homes. We have 1,780 single family homes. We're up from 10 from yesterday. We had 1,770 yesterday, but we still need to keep those numbers coming in with the listings. And I mean, with the single family home median price being $450, surely there's some more people that want to get their equity out and maybe move up, downsize, do something to get some listings. So hopefully that number gets better. We are still selling $4+ million homes a day. Wow. And the investors are still buying 45 homes a day. We're selling 128 homes a day, up 2 from yesterday. So as the month goes on, that number changes based on the number of sales for the month. So we've done 2,042 sales this month. When you divide that by 16, meaning yesterday, because today's not over, you get 128 daily sales. And we listed 35 homes in the 450 and under range, and that gives us a total of 461 in that range. So again, the selling factor is equity. Equity is basically dead income. You can't use it. So if you can go and get people to get that equity out and move up, that will keep our market churning, which is what we need to do. Let me just fix my screen a little bit. There we go. I wanted to show you a couple other things about the market. Now, a friend of mine posted that the median price was going up, and I thought, oh no, well, if you look at the MLS, excuse me for just a second, and I do these zip codes, and I show you what zip codes I'm doing, and the MLS pulls up 6,100 listings for this year, from January through March 16th. And these are single family homes. So I'm telling you right here what the criteria is that got us to this median of 465. The average is going up, meaning more $1 million homes are being sold. That's how I interpret that. But the median is in the middle. You take all the listings, and right in the middle is at 465. That's the median. The average is when you take all the homes and divide it by the number of homes that you're adding up together. So that's the difference there. And of course, this includes those $1 million homes. When you do the median and this 465, let's say, is in the middle, you may have, your a lot of your homes up there in the millions, and then a lot below the 465. But that's right in the middle of the number of listings. So that's how they do that. And then if you look at just Clark County, so I'm just taking Clark County. There's another 400 listings in there, and that brings it down to $2,000, 463. So you're really not seeing a big difference whether you're doing Clark County or just the zip codes within our area. Again, this doesn't include Mesquite or Pahrump or Boulder City. This is just the Las Vegas Valley. Of course, it includes Henderson and North Las Vegas. I don't know. We'll see how it goes between now and the end of the month. I don't like to use it in my stats until the end of the month because a lot of times things change within the 30-day period. Alrighty, so what are we going to do today? Let's talk about marketing, and we're going to talk about Instagram today. So I've one of my the gals that I know that's a big Instagram expert. I will call her Chelsea Pites. She calls it the gram. I guess everybody else was calling it Insta, and then she went, "Oh, I'm going to call it the gram." So whether you call it Insta or gram, that's what we're going to talk about today. And I did show you part of this video the other day, and come on, don't do that to me. Hide it, put it back up.
2 seconds.
Okay, maybe when I start it. Okay, anyway, this is Jason talking about Instagram because Instagram has changed. And after he does this 3-minute little video about Instagram, then I'm going to tell you about a webinar that's coming up that I want to shout out to you. And then that'll be our show. So I'm going to mute myself so there's no feedback.
Type of search mechanism thingy that we're talking about today is social search. Social search, what are you talking about? Social media? Yeah, I'm talking about social media. Now, you may remember like years ago, Facebook tried to really beef up its search components and it worked for a second, but then it stopped working and they kind of reverted and went back. Like Facebook's a social network, it's not a search engine. However, Instagram made a pretty interesting shift last year, and I want to kind of give some context to it. Instagram is trying to beef up its search capabilities. If you go to your Instagram app and you see that little magnifying glass on the lower footer where you go to your explore page, it's a search page. That's what it is. Now, on the surface, it shows you things you might be interested in, but across the top, there's that big search bar where you can search for different types of things, which I'll get into the types of things for which you can search. But let's go back to what Adam Mosseri said last year, the head of Instagram. He made you might recall that he made some pretty big statements when he said that Instagram is no longer just a square photo sharing app. And then he talked about TikTok and YouTube, and he said we want to compete toe to toe with those types of platforms. We're an entertainment app. We're a video first app. And he made some pretty bold statements. Well, when he named YouTube, which I'm kind of foreshadowing the next point here, just stay with me. When he named YouTube as a competitor, they recognized kind of technically they had to be able to beef up their search because YouTube is a search engine. The reason why people watch videos for longer on YouTube is because they went searching for those videos. And because of that, it means they had more intent to go watch that video. Their attention span is greater. Simply put like this. If you want someone to watch a video for longer, they have to be searching for what they want to find. And so Instagram realizes if they want to keep people watching longer videos, not the types of videos where they just scroll through endlessly like reels and stuff, they're going to have to build out a serious world-class search capability, which is what they're working on doing. Now, if you use the search bar now, Instagram search will give you kind of subcategory hints of what they want you to search for, like accounts, places, tags, and top, and things like that. It even gives you audio, for instance. So what does that mean? Well, that means accounts is the first one. The number one thing I want you to hear from me right now about social search is on Instagram, you need to have the right username. The username and the display name, they are different. The username is basically your actual handle. It's the thing that's really hard to get if you have a common name, for instance. The display name is whatever you want it to be. And whether it's in the display name or the username, those are being searched and indexed by Instagram. And so if somebody searches your name, you want to make sure that they actually find you. A lot of you have profiles where you have some funky name or a silly name or whatever it is, like it's an AOL Instant Messenger from the 90s or something. That doesn't work anymore because it's not search optimized. You need to make sure that your actual profile, your display name, your account username, all those things should be maximized and optimized so that people who are searching for you can actually find you. It also means using like keywords in your bio, in your display name, such as realtor, such as where you do business, other modifiers and things that can give people context. Like imagine I met an agent from Phoenix and I was like, that agent was so great. What was their name? I can't remember it. Well, if I go to Instagram search and I type in Phoenix agent, bam, because I followed you, you're going to be at the top of my list, right? So first thing I want you to hear is that the number one way people are using search on Instagram is to look up other accounts. However, they're trying to beef it up. Why? Because they want to get people to watch more videos, longer videos. Why? Because they want to compete with YouTube. I'm somewhat synthesizing what Adam Mosseri said, but come on, like this, the writing's on the wall here with this. So let's keep going for a second. Not only can you search by accounts, you can search by tags. What are tags? Hashtags. That's nothing new. We knew that. But we do know they're also making a lot of steps at Instagram to try to reduce hashtag spam. They only want 3 to 5 hashtags in the caption now. Why? Because they want the hashtags to be super descriptive and relevant of their content. Why? So that the search bar, the search functionality is actually working better. What they don't want is people searching hashtags that populate videos that have nothing to do with the hashtag, which is why they're starting to police that a bit more. It also talks about audio. You can search by trending audio. Just a heads up on your reels, you might want to think about doing more trending audio in your reels because that's going to put wind in the sails of your post algorithmically to be discovered by a larger audience. But it also talks about places. I've talked before about you should tag your location. Why? Because that's another thing Instagram is indexing and considering in search. And then finally, there's one that says top when you're in the search bar. What does that mean? Well, it means it's actually looking at keywords. Did you know that Instagram doesn't look at just hashtags? The actual words in your caption are being indexed and scanned and reviewed by Instagram. So if you use keywords in your captions, you're actually helping yourself to rank in various searches. Part of winning on search online in 2022 is social search. And really, where's it going down? It's going down on Instagram. They're the ones making the play because they want to compete with YouTube. It's your username, it's your display name, it's your bio, it's the content you create with the hashtags you use, the location tags you include, and also the words in your caption that are being scanned and indexed by Instagram. Win on Instagram search by doing those things. And finally,
Want to unmute me? Okay. So then this is Jason Pantena, who is a coach with Tom Ferry, by the way. I need to identify him since I just took a clip of his video, so it'll be short for you to watch and rewatch because he says a lot of things in there and you might want to watch it again and take some notes. The other thing is, just to bring your attention to this, 15 to 30 hashtags are no longer the jam. You need to start modifying them to 3 to 5 and understand that, you know, what you're posting has to be relevant to what the hashtags are. I'm sure everybody knows that by now. And then you need to name your location and you need to make sure that your captions have your keywords in there that people are going to search for and align them. He didn't say this, but I would align my captions, of course, with what my hashtags are so that so the more you have those iterations of the same thing, because that's what you're talking about, the more you're going to be found. Now, I would tell you that being in Las Vegas is tough because especially if you're just using that word. I mean, we have 5 to 6,000 people moving here a month. There's a lot of people searching for Las Vegas. So I would play around in the search bar and see how what is maybe the middle of the number of searches. You don't want to be where there's 2 million people searching for something because then you may be pushed down with all those other people that have posts containing the word Las Vegas. So you have to do some research and figure out where you want to fall. You know, do you want to fall in the Summerlin expert, the Henderson expert, the North Las Vegas expert? Something, you have to figure that out. And more is not always better because, again, you can't be everything to everybody. So the more you narrow your search and the more you narrow what your niche is, the more you are going to get business out of what you're doing. It's not about the views. It's about the engagement and then your follow-up on that engagement with direct messages or however you're going to follow up with these people. So if you know, be the expert of Seven Hills, be the expert of Centennial Hills, become an expert in one area because believe me, people will search for those areas. Las Vegas is just too broad. And being the entertainment capital of the world, they're searching for lots of things. And you kind of get lost in the shuffle there. That's my advice. And when we were Las Vegas, realestate.com, you know, and we had to purchase that. It worked at first, but then when it started there was like hundreds and hundreds and thousands of Las Vegas real estate websites, we got pushed down. And then the big guys came in, of course, and pushed us down even farther until then we finally just sold the URL. But the point being, be a niche and target your audience. And it takes time. I know everybody wants that low-hanging fruit. Everybody wants everything today, but you can't always have it that way. And the sooner you understand that, the better. Now, I want to show you one other thing before I sign off for today. And that is, where'd she go? Okay, there is an expert out there on Instagram that I have been following and have met. And I think we have a picture of Chelsea. This is Chelsea Pites. Chelsea Pites, me and Gary V. We went to his Agent 2021 conventions for 2 years. One was in New York, one was in Miami, and then he didn't have the third one. We were all like, oh no, but he didn't. Anyway, so leads on the gram. So she's the one that coins gram. So this deep dive small group live workshop will help you optimize your profile, understand the algorithm, and create engaging content that gets results. And so she's having a webinar. And the next available date is April 15th. And I think there's only a few spots left. And this is how to optimize your account, how to use hashtags and captions to get found, get followed, and get leads. And if you're debunking Instagram algorithm myth and simplifying sustainable strategy that will build your brand and while you sleep, which is what you want. And then the third thing is, tips to organically and authentically grow a community of having fans that generate real transactions, not vanity metrics. And you can figure out what that is. Number 4 is how to develop a high value, high engagement content strategy with the 5 S's formula that feels doable, not discouraging. Anyway, that's kind of a cryptic a little bit, but then number 5, all ultra relevant and actionable examples to help inspire your content, aha moment. And then there's a bonus included custom recorded bio and content audit for your account delivered post session. Now, that, like I said, is going to be on the 5th, and it's $500 and it's 3 hours. So if you go to chelseapites.com, I'm pretty sure that's, I think that's where I went. Pretty sure. Yes. Went to chelseapites.com. Or if you go to her Instagram account, she has a linked tree that shows you also where to sign up. So I think that's how I got there. So you go to Instagram. This is what for sure works. Go to Instagram. Go to her link tree. In her bio, you'll see link tree. And I think it's like you'll see the Instagram workshop. So that's what this is, 3-hour deep dive into Instagram. And this is, if you're working Instagram, it's working for a lot of people. So you want to be on all the social platforms. Instagram is huge. Facebook is huge. YouTube is becoming huge. So anyway, I love you all. I hope you have a great day. That's it for today. I'm on my way to a busy day. I love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow.